A Bangladesh War Crimes Tribunal has found a top Islamist party leader guilty of masterminding atrocities during the 1971 War of Independence against Pakistan. Ghulam Azam, 90, the wartime head of the country's largest Islamic party, Jamaat-e-Islami, and now its spiritual leader, was found guilty on Monday by the International Crimes Tribunal on 5 charges including murder and torture. At least 3 people died in clashes since the verdict was announced, with Azam supporters angered by the trial, which they said was politically motivated, and opponents furious that he was not given the death penalty. The 3 tribunal judges said, as they announced the decision against Azam in a packed courtroom in the Dhaka, that he deserved capital punishment. However, he received a jail sentence of 90 years or until his death instead because of his advanced age and health complications. M.K. Rahman, Junior Attorney General, said that Azam, compared by prosecutors to Nazi dictator Adolf Hitler, was sentenced separately in the 5 charges after being found guilty beyond reasonable doubt to a total of 90 years in prison. Some kind of justice is done, but we are not happy, Rahman said outside the court. Azam's lawyer Toby Cadman said in a written statement that the defense team would immediately start in its preparation to mount an appeal. But with the issuance of this judgment today, the tribunal has lost all credibility in terms of its independence and impartiality, Cadman stated. The defense argued during the trial that, in light of its legal, evidential and fair trial submissions, the prosecution has not proven any of the charges against Ghulam Azam beyond reasonable doubt or at all, and as such he should have been acquitted of all charges. Deadly violence erupts. The tribunal said that Azam was guilty of all 61 charges under 5 categories: conspiracy, incitement, planning, abetment and failure to prevent killing. Deadly street violence erupted across Bangladesh before and after the judgment, handed down by the International Crimes Tribunal. Azam supporters clashed with Dhaka police, who fired rubber bullets at Jamaat activists armed with homemade bombs. Local media said that at least 3 Jamaat-e-Islami activists were killed in parts of Bangladesh on Monday. 2 were beaten to death by opposition activists in southwestern Kushtia district as they tried to block a road. 1 was killed in northwestern Chapanawabganj district when paramilitary border guards opened fire after a bomb was thrown at police. Police also fired rubber bullets at protesters in the cities of Bagra, Kumala and Rajshahi after activists went on the rampage, attacking and torching dozens of vehicles, police officials told AFP. Strike call. Jamaat, the country's largest Islamic party and a key member of the opposition, called a nationwide strike on Monday to protest against the verdict, saying the war crimes trials are aimed at eliminating its leaders. Bangladesh has said that the Pakistani army killed 3 million people and raped 200,000 women with the assistance of local collaborators during the war. Prosecutors had sought the death penalty for Azam, describing him as a lighthouse who guided all war criminals, and the architect of the militias which committed many of the 1971 atrocities. When India intervened at the end of the 9-month war and it became clear Pakistan was losing, the militias killed dozens of professors, playwrights, filmmakers, doctors and journalists. Azam was described as the mastermind of the massacres of the intellectuals. Many of their bodies were found a few days after the war at a marsh outside the capital, blindfolded and with their hands tied behind their backs. Azam is the 5th person convicted by the International Crimes Tribunal. 3 people have been sentenced to death for their role and 1 was given life imprisonment. Previous verdicts by the tribunal have sparked widespread and deadly violence on the streets of Bangladesh.